Good, how are you? I keep feeling like I have to go check your DocuSign, like what's wrong with it. I have PTSD from our over an hour meeting trying to figure it out. That's the vibe in here. Ah.
I've never even heard of that. That's genius. So if you're gonna imagine how hard that is. I know.
Morning, friends. Morning. Hi, how are you? Doing very well. Well, our property manager doesn't feel like we need to have heat.
Because it's springtime.
It's not really sure doesn't have it.
From what I understand, it was supposed to be turned on yesterday, it just didn't happen.
Like, right?
No.
Literally.
Problem solved already. I love this.
Morning, friends.
Okay. We are spread out. Right? It feels like there, and where is everybody? Where they at? Where's all our people, Peyton? They didn't want to come in here because it's too cold today.
Oh, period. I'm gonna sit front and center today.
Thank you. Craig, thanks for bringing food. The fruit and yogurt. Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't blame you. All right, let's get our party started. Thanks to those of you who decided to be here today. I appreciate each one of you. So thank you. What are you going to have Peter here? Gosh. We have a lot of April birthdays. Michelle, isn't today the 8th? Michelle's birthday's today. She's not here. Peter's is tomorrow. That is correct. When he comes in a little bit, right now he is on an appointment, but he's going to be in here in a minute. Y'all make sure you say happy birthday when he walks in the door. If you see any of these wonderful people, please tell them happy birthday. Bucket Fills, what do you have? Cute sloths. I'll bring a sloth in one day. Show and tell. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, who doesn't love a sloth? I don't love them at a high level. Bucket Fills.
I'll start it off for Michelle Bruce right here. Closing on Friday. Honestly, I thought it was dying, but they're not on repairs.
Oh, wow.
The appraisal came short, which we expected to be a. They just, most agents would have quit on that deal. They're all, go on to the next deal. That's what we really want the house.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Good job, Michelle and Bruce. What else we have? Bucket fills. Nobody's done anything fantastic for you in your world in the last week, or has done a good job at something and you want to say, good job. Yes, sir.
Chad, I see, got some big things, but see if I can
Nice.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
I like it. Good guy, Chad. Thanks for being a good guy. One more. Come on. You guys can do it. One more. Yes.
Jennifer.
Mhm. Jennifer Pope?
No.
Jennifer. Okay.
I had a client that came to me already pre-approved with a different lender. We were all, we've already made an appraisal, and we're supposed to close this Friday. And yes, I got it.
Mm.
So Jennifer did, looked at it, said she's confident she can get it done, so I have to close it late, but
She'll get it done. Love that. She gets it done. All right. We good? Moving on? I don't know. It is dead. I know everybody's on their phone, bored out of their mind. Do we need to stand up? Okay, here we go.
We've all been in this office before. That's why you see me like this.
This is not new.
It's cold.
Ask the property manager for sure. Why do we not have heat?
I'll give every single one of you. All calling at the same time.
Let's all go over there right now. It's fun. Warm our office. They won't.
If I could control the heat, I definitely would. I would have it cranked up for sure.
You guys can all take a trip to my office today and give me a person to call if you want to visit my office.
Oh, because it's got the heat on. Mhm.
It's hot in there.
I have heat on too. Quantum Leap, who is here on Saturday? I was. What'd you think? Yeah? Any ahas? You guys were participants. I was watching as a potential presenter one day. So what you guys experienced was completely different than what those of us in the hallway got to experience. So you have any takeaways you could share from the event? First of all, before we even get into that, just know that we had the chairperson of KW Cares flown in to help lead this thing on Saturday, which doesn't normally happen. They kind of baited our area to see what the turnout would be. And we were a little nervous about our turnout. We had 80 plus people register. And as the room started to fill, we noticed probably half of that was showing up. So we started getting a little nervous. And then we learned from the presenters that they typically have 10 to 15 people show up for these. So they were thrilled with the support. So they were really excited. We had over 40 people in the room, and those were young adults, 18 to 29 years old. So it was really exciting. So yeah, any takeaways you want to share from that experience? Anyone? Yeah.
I like the 411 setup and all that stuff. How to make a big plan and it's gonna success.
Right?
Yeah.
Really helps you with that kind of, just organizes your thoughts and plans your activities for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that tool.
There was at one point where we kind of listed everything that is important to us.
Mm-hmm.
Then we ended up dwindling it down to only like 5 things. And then ended up only choosing like one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that because it really like shows
things that
Right.
really matter the most.
Focusing on
And
that
then
one
you're like,
thing.
okay, I should be spending more time doing these things, they mean more to me.
Right. It was pretty interesting.
For me,
Yeah.
it was just seeing, sorry, go ahead.
No, you-
For me, it was just seeing all of the tools and all the different ways I could use them. And understanding it doesn't have to all be related to my work life, but my personal life.
Yeah.
And like, I've had a 411 and GPS since 2 years I started here. And like, I know to do them and look at them and all the things, but like, doing that on Saturday and then all day Sunday, organizing my life, diving into what I want, all of those kind of things. I was like, this is what this is for.
Yeah.
It's so easy to be like, oh yes, I have a yearly goal tracker and this and that. But it's like, are you looking at it? Are you changing it? Are you holding yourself accountable?
Mhm.
No, I was just saying I had one to have one. but I wasn't
Right.
Effectively using it, and I can already see the difference in my week on a Tuesday from Sunday and me
Isn't that crazy?
planning my week and being intentional and time blocking my calendar and staying true to that. It's like so easy to hear, but it's like it works. And it's only day 2 of me like doing it at a crazy high level, but like I'm amped up.
It
I feel
works.
like I can do 100 million things more by day than I could
That's the
last
goal.
week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was the piece that we heard over and over again is the intentional piece, the living your life intentionally. And then having a life of abundance, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, you're thinking of, and that you can accomplish. Sounded like that was definitely a theme that resonated with most everyone when I asked what they thought. So it was really good. So Lucy loved it. She did the same thing, same kind of takeaway with how intentional you can be with planning your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your annual goals. And then the reality that no matter how big you dream it, you can absolutely accomplish it just by setting, creating those activities to help you reach that goal. So yeah, it was good. It was nice to have people who aren't KW hear some of the stuff that we talk about all the time and how that like resonated with them. It was good.
I
So
like that they gave it to us in a way that wasn't, you know,
it had nothing to do with real estate.
not- I think maybe that's why it hit me so hard.
Mhm.
It's coming from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, but also just like, but especially for like, it's very intimidating to talk about finances, and it's also can be a little like, yeah, sure, okay, sitting around preaching how we can help. And that is like, is everyone listening to $50 million?
Right.
But it's like hearing and breaking it down, and then also what we're doing, doing RA book club right now. Next pages last week, talking about the very same. Jesus, but you send your kids off to a place where I'm feeling there, telling them.
Right. Right.
So it's like, can do that. It's not to do. We don't know. It's just like, have to do it. It can be possible. It's like,
You can't. You're done. I agree. I know. I am too. We could do that. We could do a TED Talk. Hey guys, did you know that we're doing lead generation and script practice in the Market Center over there every single morning, 9 to 11? You're behind in goal, you're on goal, you're ahead of goal. Still need a lead generate. So if you'd like to join us, please do. And we do have leaderboards
it's fun.
where we track the dials to conversations to appointments. This is interesting. We got some good information yesterday from our regional call, or not a regional call, our national call. KWRI has put together a top producer study, and this was conducted in November of 24, and they interviewed top teams and solo agents in the industry. And we thought this slide was very interesting. And they did solo agents and teams, put that together, their findings, and they found that over 75% of all top producers believe their projected income will be higher in 25 than 24. Did you expect to see that? Yeah? Good. That's exciting. I think that's fantastic information. It's good to see that out of everyone in the country who was interviewed for this, that they believe that too. They also did break down like what are top priorities and what are the top concerns for solo agents versus team agents. And in that, it said that teams appear to be focused on leverage, business growth, and health, and solo agents express greater concern about market forces, mindset, client follow-up, and work-life balance. That client follow-up was a big one that showed up for the solo agent as something that they wanted to, that they were concerned about. Anybody else have a feeling or agree with that sentiment? The client follow-up is a challenge, or do you guys feel like you're nailing it? Not an issue. There's always room for improvement, I feel. Lead generation, speaking of, since we do that every morning from 9 to 11, this is another one where they talked about where do you get your business? Where do you think it came from? I mean, without even looking at the graph, you should know the answer to this one, right? Database, 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 database. If you are, look at expireds and canceled all the way down there. If you are paying money for print ads, paid social media, your return on your investment is not what you're going to see when you're concentrating on your database. And this is where from this, the top two, the lighter one is solo agent, the darker one is team. They're neck and neck. So no matter what, whether you're on a team or you're a solo agent, your business is coming from your database. Fair enough? Mm. Talking to communicating actively with your database. That's what makes the difference. Same thing it's always been. Same thing it'll always be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting stuff. Chad, you're up. PC moment.
Yes, so first
What
of
do
all,
we have going on?
I neglected to do bucket fills. I wanna give a shout out to Celeste and Emily. They are first to graduate from BC.
Nice.
So, I want to give a shout out to Lamatti because we're talking about lead generation. Every day she has talking about calling expires, calling FISBOs, and she actually has a new listing from expired. Is that right? Yes.
Yay!
So, I want to give her a shout out. You know, we love Pete's energy. And I will tell you, I am just in awe for every day. Even look at her coffee level right now. It's not even like below her critical level, and she's already so energetic. And she brings us into our career nights, which we have once a month. We have one next Tuesday. And these are amazing opportunities for you as agents to grow your downline, to get more people into the business. You know, I tell this to a lot of people. I tell this to new agents that come sitting with them. In my first 7 years of real estate, I saw every single agent as competition. Never before until I came to KW did I see all agents as opportunities for business growth. My whole mindset shifted. And so now career nights are an opportunity for you as agents to bring other people into the industry that you love so much, while also growing your business. So Kate and I work really hard on this. It is an evening once a month that we dedicate to talking to new people about the industry and about the business. And it is not just KW focused, it is KW, themed, but it's just about how to get your license. But we also have other opportunities. Every single Tuesday from 6 to 8, I've been hosting Kramer sessions for people that are studying for their tests.
Nice.
These have been amazing opportunities to get in front of people, to not just give them the opportunity to help study for their test, whether or not these are people that may not be counties that are built. Like, this is open to people that have committed to other agencies. But we had a Sipsey client person in here, and they were saying, hey, we heard that this grammar is great. Do you edit it 15 minutes? And we are using that as an opportunity not just to serve them. And whether or not they join us, they remember that we had that impact on them, but also they're seeing us and they're like, okay, maybe we want to think about this group. So if you're talking to anybody about real estate, get them into career night. If you know anybody that's taking their tests, or if you're a team owner and you want to grow your team, send them through. This is part of the leverage that you're paying for. I mean, this is a value that we're adding. So I just wanted to say that, and yeah.
It's a great opportunity. And it's good stuff. Thank you. You both do a fantastic job. I appreciate it. We're switching. Yay! Are we so excited? Dot loop, no more. Yay!
Yes.
So for those of you who like to compare DocuSign to Dot Loop, here's a QR code just for you, and you can see the comparison side by side. DocuSign to Dot Loop. Scan that stuff. Scan it. When you come to anybody in leadership and tell us all the reasons why we should have Dot Loop versus DocuSign, we're going to tell you to scan it.
And also, we're having classes, and we had a class on April 2nd, and we had how many people show up?
4.
Okay.
And 3 of those people had all taken 4.
So,
Wow.
there you go. You know, we've got requests for one-on-one DocuSign trainings, and we will accommodate that if need be, but like, please come to the classes that we're setting up.
Because it's like, no, we won't.
At least coming in before you can make judgment on the DocuSign part, like, let's have some conversations about, there's a lot of stuff that DocuSign can do that will make
Absolutely.
your lives easier. One of them is DocuSign sends reminder emails automatically to your clients when they haven't signed it. That's
Nice.
a nice little touch. Multiple people can be in there signing it. at
I
one
love
time.
that.
So, let's, you know, obviously it's changed, but come to the classes, we do one-on-one, we've got some other trainings available. It's, you know, dig into it.
You guys got this. You all can sell houses. Pretty sure you can handle DocuSign. You got this. I believe in you. We got a pub crawl coming up. Who's going? What? You guys, this is going to be so much fun. That is tomorrow.
We have about 20 people.
Yes, sir. You eat so much Easter candy that you're on your hands and knees crawling. You're just crawling, because you can't stand up. Have you ever done a pub crawl? It's going to be a lot of fun. What to bring? $15 in cash or Venmo to participate. It goes to KW Cares. An appetizer. Whoa, I'm glad I'm reading this out loud. An appetizer to share and hobby thoughts only. Does it matter?
Not necessarily, but somewhere.
It's all around.
And it says like what times, if you can't be there.
Oh.
You can join it on
Probably gonna
one
be
of the
the
other two.
Montgomery Tavern because they're selling.
Yeah,
Someone was.
I have no idea, but if you would like, I would just text Kate and ask her. Or hit the QR code. It's not on the QR code. Text Kate.
And again, you don't have to donate $15, it could be $5, $3, they send you but a donation of some sort.
The goal is to raise money for KW Cares and have a good time. Nothing wrong with that, right?
There's also the eggs that they build prizes, and they're hiding the eggs inside the bars. That's so fun. And there's like a special one, I think. for the-
There are good prizes in there. Good stuff. Hope to see you there. Meditation with Moira. That is Thursday this week at 10:30. 10:30 to 11:30. It's $15 per person. This is an intro to meditation. If you've been curious about meditating or just started it or you love it, this is an opportunity for you to show up and join our health committee, our ALC health committee, health and wellness, who's putting this on. So it's going to be really good. And Moira is from Craig's Spa. So thank you. I'm excited. And she's amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's here at the Market Center. For those of you who still need some CE, you've got 3 hours of CE plus breakfast with Julia Lachey. That is on Monday, April 14th. That is not here. It is at is it the Freedom Center?
Yes.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure this, so in 2026, have to have, I think, your housing for NAR, and this satisfies that.
There you
So
go.
how, you know, in 2024, we had to have ethics.
Now we got
2026, you have to have
fair housing.
fair housing, and this satisfies that.
Knock it out of the way. Plus you get to hang out with Julia Lachey. She's amazing. Good stuff. Mega Agent Camp is coming up in August 11th through the 14th. It will be in San Antonio, Texas this year. Anyone planning on going? They're doing, they're working on the convention center, and so they had to have it in a different location. Yep, mixing it up a little bit. Tier 1 ticket pricing ends on April 14th, so it will go up after the 14th. Anybody planning on going?
Like 5%.
Okay. It's a good one. It's my favorite, for sure, if we compared one to the other. I love Mega Agent Camp. Even if you don't plan on going, if there's someone in your world that you think would enjoy this, we're definitely opening this up to people outside of KW. This is not just for Keller Williams agents. So let other people know in your world about Mega Camp.
Can we send our clients?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, sometimes, you know.
April Fool. Oh, that's cute. 30 social media prompts for April. If you need something to say and you don't know what to say from the month of April, here you go. The work's been done for you. QR code. Check it out. 30 spring social media prompts for April. Everybody got them?
Who put that, hey, did you put those together?
I did not, that is, to KW.
Okay.
International's throwing that together for us.
Really?
Pretty nice.
Pay a considerable amount of money for, I think, 70 posts.
Whoop.
Because you have to, just so everybody knows, you gotta pay several $100s.
To get this
to
done
get
for you.
something like that to get
Mhm.
done for
They
you.
do it every month.
Every month.
So that's coming from
That's
NAR?
KWRI.
Oh, KWRI? Okay.
International's putting this together for you. They heard that you wanted it, so they did it.
It's just, if the QR code doesn't work, it's just KW, it's outfront.kw.com.
All right.
Got it? Fireside chat with Peter Sabri. Whoops.
Wait, no,
Is he here?
you have a replacement.
Oh, I didn't know.
Peter was planning on being here, but he got a doctor's appointment and he's not getting out.
He's
on time.
allowed. He's allowed to have those.
I love the optimism that Lindsay thinks I can just get up there and talk for an hour about.
Oh, you sprint all the
Dude,
time.
you don't have an
That's
hour. But you gotta get
Very
away.
good. Very good, quick thing. All right, so let me ask you, so I want to ask you a question. And I'm gonna just kind of roll with this just a little bit. How many in here would say you're really good at something? There's one thing, I mean, you're really good, you crush it. You do really, really good. And it could be any, not real estate, it could be any facet of your life. Okay. Let me ask you this. Were you always good at that? I mean, anybody got something that you're really good at that you just kind of always been good at? Yeah, got a few things. All right. So do you anybody know anybody like that you grew up with? Like it was maybe it was that gal or that guy in gym class that, you know, gym, they have you play all these different sports, right? From kickball, and they introduce you to all these different things. And there was always like that handful of kids that could basically If it was volleyball, they dominated. Basketball, baseball, kickball, it didn't matter what they did, right? And we looked at them and said, wow, what a natural athlete, right? That person's just a natural athlete. You pretty much do anything, right? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. That exists out there, and that person probably has a really high entrepreneurial ceiling, right? You know, those people that you put them in a room with 100 people, they're always going to be in like the top 10, right? And things come easy for them. My mom, for instance, my mom was an incredible cook, right? She was Italian. She could basically cook anything. Everything she made, it was just really, really good. And yet, anybody ever seen that show on the Food Network, Beat Bobby Flay? Have you seen that? Right? You know what I'm talking about? So the premise of the show is somebody comes in, right? They've got their signature dish that they've been cooking for 25 years, right? And then roll in, maybe it's chicken parmesan, and they're going to make it. They've been making it for forever, right? And Bobby Flay's never made it. And he makes a better chicken parmesan. Right? I mean, consistently, right? He beats these people with something that they've been pretty much doing their entire life. Well, now see, here's the difference. They've been cooking a lot of chicken parmesan, but see, he's on the 10,000 hour, right? He's formally trained, right? He got really, really purposeful about his career as someone who's going to be in the culinary arts, right? And he's got hours and hours and years into all this training and knowledge and everything else like that. So what we can basically say is, you know, that person that came in and cooked that homemade chicken parmesan, right, that she'd been making in her kitchen, right, like my mom, you know, that person was working from a place of E, right? And you guys know what I'm going for, right? E to P, right? Entrepreneurial to purposeful. It's part of the 6 personal perspectives. So the gal making the chicken parm at home for her big Italian family, you know what? Bobby Flay's been training his entire life to be one of the greatest chefs on the planet. So he had to get super purposeful. What did he do? Training, classes, right? Jobs, mentors, all these different things. And this person over here, they just simply took what they're good at and they just kind of rolled with it. So here's what I'm going to tell you, and let me pull this back to real estate. Right now, a lot of us are still working here. And where the entrepreneurial is showing up in our business right now is we're still kind of maybe doing things like we did back when prices were going up. You know what I mean? You put a house on the market, it's sold in 15 minutes, 20,000 over list, no appraisal, no inspection, right? Got an appraisal closet or a gap, right? Got the gap on there and all this stuff like that. So what we've got to start doing right now is we've got to start really getting super purposeful for what's going on in the market right now, right? We've not had a lot of expired listings. Maybe there haven't been a lot of for sale by owners, right? Maybe we didn't really get real deep in that database over the last 3 or 4 years because the phone was ringing off the hook. So what I'm going to tell you is what you've got to realize is what got you to where you are today, what put up those numbers last year and the year before probably isn't going to get you where you need to be in the market, right? So we're going to have to start getting a little bit purposeful. So how do we move to purposeful? How do we do that? Well, we do it with like looking at strategic options, specific types of training, right? We probably take some actions that are a little bit different than maybe what we've done in the past, right? Here's the great thing about really working on your database. That sheet that Kristen, when she's, I'm kidding, right? The sheet that she showed basically, I mean, database is always at the top. It's timeless, right? It's timeless. And what do you think the one thing is every real estate agent says, man, I really need to work on? Database. Database. Staying in touch with my people that know, love, and trust you, right? People that you have relationships with. Call them, right? Call them and basically just check on them. The care call is the simplest call you can make. Hey, Bo, how's Tara doing? How are all those kids? How's those grandbabies? Also, I was thinking about you today. I was actually over on the northeast side of Lexington, and I was thinking about you. How's everything going? Good. We're good. How's things at KW? Great. Yeah, going well. Awesome. Well, listen, you got any friends or family members that need any help with real estate this year? I'd love to help. Oh, yeah, we'll call you. Okay, fantastic. Well, listen, have a great day and tell Tara I said hello. Guys, that's it. That's as hard as this business is.
I'm gonna add to that.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I think we forget the people that we do business with, that we spend our money with. I do that now.
Yeah.
Hairdresser,
Yeah.
the guy that I pay a fortune to clear my my investment property box. Even if it's just a text, like when you're paying them, especially when I'm paying their invoice.
Yep.
Go after it, like, because everybody's got tons of people that you do business with every day. I just wanted to put that out there.
No, I love that. I
I
love
reminded
that.
myself of it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I love that. It's every single person you come in contact with. And it doesn't have to be, well, if you know anyone who wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, just give me a call. It doesn't have to be that, right? Just reach out to the people that you know, right? I mean, I could be that person if I really wanted to. Believe it or not, yes. I am the real estate agent on the listing appointment that they said, we think it's time for you to leave. So, no, I'm kidding. And yet what I'm going to tell you is it's not going to take some superhuman effort, right? What it's going to take is just really getting really purposeful, moving to here and really thinking about your day, blowing the dust off that 411, having a goal each day of how many people you're going to talk to. That's as simple as it is, right? And when you call someone and you speak to them, they say, you know what, we thought last year was going to be the year we sold our house and moved to South Carolina, but it's just not the right time, but husband retires in 4 years, and when he retires, we're gonna make that happen. We're committed to that. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. That's exactly why we need to meet. If they tell me they're gonna be ready in 4 years, I'm trying to get an appointment that week. Why am I doing that? Okay, other than that, why am I doing that?
They should be ready sooner than 4 years.
Could be ready there sooner than 4 years. Here's the thing. Building the relationship. I've got 4 years to be the right person. I've got 4 years to deliver resources. I've got 4 years to stay in touch, right? And who's to say we don't look at that conversation and they don't go, well, gosh, we didn't know our house was worth that much.
So to add value immediately.
Yeah.
And then continue.
And put them in my database and put them on a file. Because remember, whether they're going to buy a house in 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years, there is a follow-up plan for each one of those, right? The old A, B, and C buyer, right? With the pond at the bottom. I mean, if they're 4 years away, there is a follow-up for somebody that's 4 years away. It's not goodbye and hope they call me in 3.5 years to start. That's not a plan, right? We're really, really good at the people that say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called. We have got to sell this house and buy on the other side of town. We're great at those. 90% of your sales come from follow-up. 90. The only way you're going to do the follow-up is to get here. Get into that purposeful mode. So have those appointments, set those appointments, get in front of people. You're better. You're better when you're talking to people. You have the fear's gone, right? You're on your game, you're sharp. Your mindset's where it needs to be. Even if it's simple conversations like, hey, well, listen, I'm just wanted to check in, right? Well, tell everybody I said hi, right? Who's excited for football season? Oh my gosh, the kids are going back to school. Can you believe summer's right around the corner? Whatever it is, talk to these people. They need to hear from you. You can watch the news and see what's going on out there in the world. Every single person you know or that you've met needs to hear from you. Just need a few good words, right? And that's what you guys do. So get purposeful. This is the year of the appointment. Get in front of your people. And it's not just for us, it's as much for the people that you know. They need that contact. They need to sit down and talk to you. Believe that. Believe it every day you wake up that the people you know need to sit down with you and talk about what's going on in the world. That's all I got. So, all right. Yep.
Thank you. Piece is so interesting that we talk about that today when we've just gone over this study, and the thing that was mentioned over and over again in this, especially in solar pages, is client follow-up, which is part of your process, right? Getting those systems in place, understanding exactly what your follow-up system is.
And KW helps with that. Smart plans. What about the DTD2? Anybody use that? That's a fantastic follow-up tool. Making sure you don't miss anyone in your database. And when we're having conversations with our database,
Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
No, that
then we're able to set appointments. Hard to set an appointment if you're not talking to your people. I guess it could happen. Craig, my friend,
Man,
you're up.
thanks, Bo. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about today, and kind of just going to build on this. So we've been pushing. Keller Williams and Keller Homeless has come up with a product to help you create more revenue. It's not been done in this industry, and it's going to change the industry. What's crazy to me is last week I go and talk to a Louisville East agent. She flips 40 properties a year. And she's here. And she wants to maximize her database. And she wants to do the Agent Plus and get her license. She's gonna knock it out. She'll be done Friday. I'll tell you later. So this is real conversations we're having. The agents that want to grow their market share and get bigger, retire, go down, have that second house in Florida. So write this down. If you know your database right now, pick 20% of your database right now. What is that number? 20% of your database this year, in the next 12 months, is going to buy a house or refinance because they need to pay off debt, student loan. They might want to do a home improvement. These are not my numbers. These are real numbers, right? Let's just say that you could come up and capture and have conversations with 10% of that database. Average loan amount, $300,000. That's a $3,000 commission. You split with the senior loan officer, that's $1,500 per deal. Right? Does that number start looking a little bit better?
That's an annual salary.
That's a cap buster.
Woo.
That's hiring somebody else in your downline. Now think about this. Now I'm going to tell you, the worst two salespeople in the world to follow up on their database is real estate agents and loan officers. We work our butts off to get this business and we don't follow up. So what did we do? We went and got an AI to help you follow up.
Nice.
It allows you to upload your database and it does a monthly newsletter that follows up and it's interactive for you. It gives you soft touch with your customer database. And then when they start interacting, it lets you know, hey, they're hot. They're running numbers on refi. Call them. Doesn't get any easier than this. So I'm involved in all these real estate masterminds. And I see a constant bicker right now, people trying to figure out how to make money. And there's opportunities out here and people are not jumping on. So if you're doing 5 sides a year, that qualifies you for the Agent Plus. If you're not doing it, make your goal to get there. Create another revenue stream for yourself. You want to build a team? There's no other lenders that are paired with a real estate company in Columbia or Cincinnati that are offering this program right now. Coldwell Banker's not offering. City Client's not offering. You want to recruit and build a team? This is the way to do it. We just helped bring in a $76 million team last week in another market center. So go from E to P and use the tools that Keller Williams, Keller Home Loans, we're giving. Oh.
And another, you mentioned that, I just plugged some arbitrary numbers in. 100 people in my database, 20% basically capture an average loan amount of only $100,000. So 100 people, I do 20, they either refi or whatever, $1,000 average loan, that's $10,000. 10 grand, average of 100,000 for 20 people out of my home. I mean, 20% capture rate is like industry average. It's just like mailing and staying in touch with things like that. And not to mention that to put that together, create what 3 or 4 touch points over the course of a year.
Right.
Right. Those 100 people that could present something else like that.
right
Yeah, or anybody with the database.
away. You don't have to be a seasoned agent.
You don't have to be a seasoned
You
agent.
have 100 people in your database and then build up a marketing, that the $10,000 can help with marketing and then you can build your database.
Dump that into
more.
your real estate
Right,
business.
exactly.
So much you can do.
2020, we had 420,000 loan officers. In 2020,
How many?
420,000. Take a stab on what that number is right now. 90,000.
It's half?
90,000.
It's, whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
staggering.
So
Is
the
there a
opportunity, and then right now, what are you making on the refinance business to your customers?
Zero.
Nothing.
Database play.
And the thing is, refinance is the key, because that's why it's 20%, because, yeah,
What about the refinance and pull the cash out, buy the investment property?
Yeah.
Right.
You guys have seen the articles that they're running about how much equity is sitting out there in the market right now. right?
So much equity.
Billions of dollars worth of equity. Are we having an investor conversation with those people about pulling out that money and putting it out to work? Right? So that another opportunity.
Yes. And if you're doing the lead gen and they're not looking to buy or sell, and you put it in their head that you're now a licensed loan officer, too, well, oh, you know what? My neighbors talk about refinancing. That just grows your database because they're not looking to buy or sell. They're talking about refinancing. So there's a lot of opportunities, like, take advantage of it's why it's here. It's new. It's a shiny object. So, and I'm passionate about it. It kind of irritates me that I got agents calling me from other market centers that want to do this.
I know.
And I sit here and we do presentation after presentation and we don't have our own capitalized.
Right,
Right?
tell them how, because I need to remember this too. Tell us how you speeded up the education process.
So the biggest problem we had when we launched this last April was the education was self-paced for agents, right? So you could sign up and do it every 6 months, right? It's an online course. Kurt, when you took it, was it the 6 month? I know you knocked yours out, but it was like self-paced and it gave you plenty of time. Yeah. So now like there's a law that changed that make it 14 days. So you don't have time to procrastinate, not do it. You got a time block, knock it out, get it.
I like that.
So, and that's honestly the numbers, once we see the agents get to the education, the ones getting licensed, it's about a 95% flip. So, and agents are super smart, LOs are dumb. You guys are passing at about a 90% clip. The average LO, their first try, is 65%.
Wow.
So you know more than what you think you know.
But I was just gonna say, like, one purpose of connecting with your database is you become a realtor.
Right.
And so you're offering all these value pieces so that when they look up, they want to get, I mean, Brian Jackson, I talked about before, he's a realtor of choice for his clients. If they need a roofer, they call Brian, and he gives them that referral. If they need landscaper, they call Brian, and he gives them a referral. So when you're looking at all these different tools that you can have to solidify being the realtor of choice, the go-to person,
Right.
this is a key factor. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it is a no-brainer.
And that's about all I got to say about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you for the fruit and yogurt and granola bars too. We appreciate that. Oh, yes, come Thursday. I have, I need. What do you got? Tanner, you want to tell us about yours?
3-bed, 1.5 bath, 30, and a 2-bed, 2-bath, 4-acre in Adams County, at least 4 acres. I need a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in the Wash, preferably with like a little backyard space, under 400.
I need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1.5 to 5, up to 350. Somewhere in like the
sort of area, somewhere like central to east side of Cincinnati. So, yeah. Up to 350. They hit the market.
I've got one, Jenna. This is Kentucky, to our Kentucky agents. I need a 3-2 in Northern Kentucky, preferably Fort Thomas, Fort Mitchell, Covington, Bellevue, Newport areas. And when I say Covington, North Covington, they're around 400. We can go higher than that if we need to a little bit, but they'd like to stick around 400. So some cute.
I need a 4-bedroom in the township. 500 with high ceilings.
No.
And a family room. And a finished
High ceilings, very specific.
basement. I need a ranch, ideally 3 bedrooms, but could be 2. Baths. They want at least 1 acre. And there would be a middle level ocean over. They don't really have a.
I need then 3 bedrooms that finished basement. Just like, probably say 4.5 or something like that.
And in the forest. It's a common theme, it sounds like.
Fours aren't fun.
Yeah. That's some door knocking right there. You get through the gate. That it? Ooh.
Tired. And I answered the phone for it. 1926 Emerson, it's a 2-bedroom. Like that. Everyone and their mother wants to rent it, and she's trying to sell it. I've fielded 21 rentals.
Ooh.
And I'm like. Yes. So if you have someone who wants to invest it, I got 21 renters ready.
Yeah, right? That's a good point. You got renters already.
Oh, God, it's, yeah.
It sounds like it's on a busy road.
Yeah. Brian, did you get rid of your one in OTR? Holy shit. 199. I know.
How many
The heck?
bedrooms is that, 2? It's a 1-bedroom?
Nice.
Was that for lease originally? That was for lease originally.
I don't think you can do short term, but I think you can do long term. Right? No short term, but you can do long term. Okay. Yeah. Fair. It's a crash pad. Who in your database needs a crash pad? It's perfect. They don't have to furnish it. You got pilots in your database, nurses.
Divorce.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
that's a big one. Anybody looking for a crash pad? Is that it?
I had one.
Oh,
Can
there
you
you
hear
go.
me?
Yes.
I have a need 4-bedroom, 2-bath, up to 490,000 in Liberty Township, Westchester, Fairfield area. If anybody has something coming.
4-bedroom for 490. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks.
Anyone else? We good? All right, class dismissed. Go get some yogurt. and some fruit and a granola bar. And set some appointments. What's the appointment goal for the day? Does everybody have an appointment goal? 3? Mine's 3. Anybody else want to share what their appointment goal is for the day? 2 more? We're good, y'all. Nobody else is setting appointments. It's like, let me help you make money. Let me help you make money. Let me help you. You did? I mean, it is just dead in the water. Let me tell you how hard it is to sit up here and watch this entire group of people not pay any attention. Yeah, it's hard not to. And I just shot darts into Brian's heart. The heat. I want to blow shit up. I know. I don't need 250 agents, 300 agents. I need 4 that do the job. At least our room filled up for the team meeting. I was getting a little nervous. Well, I'm getting ready to go do that. That's why I was like, 700. Hey guys.